everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Buckman's Model Mania and the Death Star stream. Oh, look, only Donnie and, well, now it's down to one. Donnie and Dawn were here, the two Dawns, and then now it looks like only one. Oh, wait. AK is here, and he says that he's got the heater turned on. I should go over to the comments, shouldn't I? So let me see. Let's take a look at the comments real quick, and then we will switch cameras and go to work. So let's see. Donnie says first with a big smile, and I said, hey, Donald. And there's a reason, Donnie. Haven't seen this hat in a while, have we? And then Don shows up. He says, howdy, losers. Wait, LOL. AK's here. Heater and massager turned on. Yes, is exactly. And AK's like, in a chair that he likes. I think he likes Deadpool. Yes, I am back. I am back, Don. It has been way too long since Goofy Hat was on. So let's flip this over so that I can, don't tell anybody, but I take the hat off when I'm not on screen because it gets really warm. So this is where we left last Wednesday, and I realized something, that this thing's getting big enough that I used to put the instructions. Pull the hat down farther. You mean to where my face is completely gone, Donnie? But the instructions I put on PDF right here. But this is starting to get in the way, so I've now got the video here and the instructions are over there. So let me get this open, and I realized, because I was like, okay, got these parts. What am I going to, it looks like I'm going to be working with these alone. And then I looked at the PDF. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm working on tonight to start with. So give me half a second. Yes, exactly. What a pal. Give me half a second or maybe 10 seconds to walk over here and turn on a noisemaker so the guys can't hear me because of the fan. And then maybe cool it down in here a little bit, because let's see, it's not hot yet, but it is 75 in here. Donnie said, I know, right? Nice. Had 7, now I'm down to 6. Nice to see everybody. Well, people that are chatting. So just remember, guys, I'm building a moon, or it could be a space station. I'm not sure which. So I don't know if anybody's going to show up to narrate or produce or anything like that. So I could be going on my own, and it'll get really boring when I'm trying to entertain you guys without, just by myself, because I'm looking for parts at the same time. You're right, AK. I was mistaken. That's no moon. It's a space station. So I do have to say, these little turntable ones, when they are not put together when you get them, can be a little bit tricky to get to go together. Try this again. And I don't know what kind of problems Keith had after I left. I had to drop out about 5 minutes ago so that I could get this one started up. Have a terrible feeling about that. Don't worry, Han. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Spoiler alert. Obi-Wan will turn into a Force ghost. Everything will be fine. Let's see. 2 of these little corner pieces. I think they call these cheese wedges. I don't know for sure. So now roll this down to where I can actually see. And we start. Stephen and Howard helped a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. And I know Ken was there. So we'll start with these here. It's always one of these things of, it's a little bit tricky because they always give you a, oh, I'm sorry, Donnie. I thought you knew. He's not really dead. He's just kind of all ghosty and stuff now. And, you know, let's see, 78. So it's almost 50 years ago. Oh, wait, that happened before you were born. Darth Vader is who? Hey, Trent, welcome. Glad to see you. So, yeah, this is the level above the launch bay. And we figured out last time that I think this is the area where C-3PO and R2-D2 were hiding out. Hang on. I thought I starred the last comment. I must not have. Trent. Let's see. Endangering, not endangering, or endanger. Yeah. Damn typo. Okay. This time. There, that comment's now starred. That's what I need. I need a Daffy Duck one on here. Wow. AK said no BS. His mom said that Vader was Luke's father a year after Star Wars came out. She probably read the book. Although that kiss between Leia and Luke before they were supposed to be brother and sister, ew. Now that they're brother and sister, ew. That's icky. So more pie wedge or cheese wedge. Cheese wedge, not a pie wedge. These, I love when they do this. When you take a curved piece like this, and then you put one of the small curved pieces in like this. Oh, there's Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hello, sir. I'm late.
There. That's what I was talking about there. What'd you say, Ken?
Sorry, I'm late. I had to go to the bathroom and get some water. So,
well, you know,
I was getting water from the bathroom, but
I looked at the clock and it was like it was at 59 seconds or something like that, and I was like, I think I might have to pee.
Yeah.
So it could be an interesting stream, and I don't know if you were watching when I first came on, Ken, but in case you weren't, or anybody else who has just shown up, it has returned.
That's a goofy looking hat.
It is a goofy looking hat, and it used to be my channel. Truly, that's why part of the reason I have the goofy logo is because the goofy hat used to be part of my channel all the time, and it's back. Guess who's back? Goofy's back.
So there's some chat here that I.
Well, I have started chat, so we should be good.
So AK said no. Empire came out in 1980. She said this in 79.
What he's talking about is his mom said that Darth Vader was Luke's dad a year after the original Star Wars came out. Not A New Hope, but Star Wars.
Yes.
I'm a purist. It was Star Wars well before it was A New Hope.
Yes.
Because, well, they thought it was going to be a neat little space opera to make one movie and then move on.
And most of the cast, to my understanding, believed it was going to be just a kids movie.
Yeah. Well, what was funny was I was in high school at that time, and I was in drama. And at the end of our plays, our drama teacher, coach, whatever you want to call him,
yeah,
would start out. The first thing he would say, because we did some pretty good plays. We did the two that I was in was Skin of Our Teeth from Thornton Wilder, I think it was, and Oklahoma. And when he comes up on stage after the curtain call and everybody's done their bows, which by the way, me and Aunt Eller, we got standing ovations every night. It was kind of cool. But he came out, and the first thing from Joel Kabatsnik, lovely last name, was when George Lucas made Star Wars. So he was comparing high school kids to George Lucas.
Stephen Haynes is here. He says, hi, Buck and Ken.
Howdy, howdy.
Tony says, it's a goofy looking dude in a goofy hat.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm not putting the hat back on yet. Oh, you guys didn't notice. Hang on. And a goofy
shirt on.
Of course. Well, it gets worse because Andrea...
Goofy slippers?
Not slippers. And they are Disney Crocs. But somewhere on here, there's at least one goofy. I think. On one of them. Now, you guys know, I live in the Disney house.
Even Deadpool is part of the Disney house.
Yes, he is. Deadpool's here.
You got to change cameras, though.
A what?
You need to change your camera.
Oh, I do. You're right. Dopey me.
We don't want to watch you working on this quite that much. Your hands, that's kind of what we expect.
Oh, that's right. This is only hands, isn't it?
not your facial expressions as you're figuring things out.
Well, you know what I could do, which is breaking tradition because I don't have the hat on, but I could do this. There.
You could.
Now you can see my expression. Because sometimes I do have an interesting expression occasionally when I look at something and I'm a little bit perplexed by how it happened. How did that happen? I didn't do that. Did I do that? Uh-oh.
Let's see here. AK says the working title was Journal of the Wills.
Wow. But I am going to do my job, which is shut up and build and let you do your job. And by the way, I don't think I've told you this since at least last week. I appreciate you, Ken.
Well, thank you. Don says the worst part of everything is now Disney.
Yes, everything
is. AK says, OMG, please no corner cam.
Wait. It's not bad. This is not a bad view. It's not this view that I give occasionally.
Are you in there?
Are you in? I don't see you.
All right. Well, I have some trivia for tonight if people are looking forward to playing.
Oh, and that reminds me, I just thought about something. I got the corner cam on, but not the hat. Part of the reason I keep hearing the speakers and you sound so low, but that's because I don't have my headphones on.
There you go. Is that a little bit better now?
Hang on. Something? Much more better.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to grab a score sheet here, a pen and some paper, and we'll get started.
Okay. Sounds good. It's one of these things of the headphones don't fit over the goofy hat, so I can't have the headphones turned on when I have the goofy hat on. Maybe I should find a goofy hat with headphones in it. Okay. I had to count. Needed 22 of these things. Put the hat over it won't fit. My head will implode, Donnie. And we don't want, okay, I know you want to see that. You would love to see my head implode. But it would be messy.
All right. So the way the trivia works is it's going to be 4 categories, each category having 5 questions. The 5 questions are worth points. The points are as follows. The first person to answer correctly, as long as I think I can tell what you're typing, spelling isn't really that important. As long as I think I know what you're saying and it's correct, you'll get these points. So fastest is 10 points, second is 5 points, and third is 2 points. Now,
so let me double check. On if I type in cheeseburger, and the answer is peanut butter and jelly. I don't get it.
That's correct.
Oh.
But if you had typed Chessburger, I probably would accept that.
Okay.
So, also, don't forget, if some people have answered and between the audience and Buck are talking like it's the correct answer, and you haven't answered, and so far it only seems like 2 people have gone for that answer. Throw that answer in yourself. You might just get yourself at least 2 points. So
parrot. Be a parrot.
Yes, if you think those people are correct.
Yes.
So tonight's first category is 1960s music.
Ooh.
1960s music.
And a song just popped into my head.
Let's see here. Lapel. Let me guess. 1979, 1989 is the first category. No, 1960s music tonight is the first category. Of course, Don's going ahead with the obligatory Seth MacFarlane. AK is saying Prin versus Prince. Yes, if the correct answer was Prince and you had typed Prin, I would accept that, knowing that you probably knew what it was. It's just trying to type it in the fastest that you were just missed the C.
But if you type in Bob Seeg, as in cigar.
Yeah. So, okay. So here we're going to go with the first question. I'm going to ask each question twice. Buck is not allowed to answer until the second time I've read the question.
Yep.
Question number 1 is, Brown-Eyed Girl is by which singer-songwriter? Brown-Eyed Girl is by which singer-songwriter?
I would say Van Morrison. I think. I could be wrong. I probably am. I'm good at being wrong.
Also, after Buck's answered, I usually count to about 8 due to the time delay.
Okay. I have to move the camera. That's why I had to turn it off. It's right in the middle. It's right in the middle of the PDF. I can't see what I'm doing.
And here's Howard. Howard says, I'm here just to watch because I'm a turd sandwich. Oh, all right then. Hopefully you got some condiments on there to at least change the flavor a little bit.
That sounds like a very strange thing to have. Condiments. Just seems kind of odd to me.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't grab the right piece. There's 2 of them and I missed one.
All right, so the first answer is Van Morrison. Don got it first.
Cool.
During the time delay, Buck came in second, followed closely by Donnie and AK almost simultaneously. So I'm going to give them both 2 points.
That works.
Why? Because, it's just 2 points.
Yeah, well,
it could make the difference in the end, but
and if it does come down to first place is by if it's a tie for first place, do we provide them pistols so they can duel?
No, I would just send both winners a
okay,
of something.
I knew there had to be some sort of a fix for that.
Howard says, I'm here just to watch because I'm a turd sandwich. PBJ and cheese.
No.
And Don says, I'll be in bed by then anyway.
Yeah, there is that.
Donnie, with the amount of points you had last time we played, it just in the first half, the winner at the end was Andrew, and he scored as many points as you did in the second half, but he also had, I think, 2 questions in the first half when he came in late.
So if I'm hearing you right, if Andrew hadn't showed up, Donnie would have won.
He still might have, well, no, because someone else would have taken those points.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, unless it was really, truly mixed between everyone, Donnie might have won then. So it would have been possible, but it really would have had to have been a hodgepodge of people answering. All right. Next question. 1960s music. What was the term commonly used to refer to the hysteria and fanaticism surrounding the Beatles? What was the term commonly used to refer to the hysteria and fanaticism surrounding the Beatles?
Beatlemania, and it's one of these things. So far twice I've had the answer halfway through you reading the question, and I'm like, I should be in the chat. I should be watching. Oh wait, if I'm watching, what are we watching?
We're watching you watch yourself, but nothing seems to be happening because you're watching yourself.
Yes, and I'm looking at this, and it seems like I may have made a mistake. No. I did. There, right there. Okay, these go 1 block over. By the way, if you watch the videos I've been doing on, like right now, I'm doing Diagon Alley.
Yep.
In the speed build portions, sometimes I will stop and say, I screwed this up. Sometimes I won't. I'll just fix it so you can watch me undo something and put it right back.
Howard says, I'll send you some cow chips to give out those prizes. They'll be dried and bugless. I'm thinking they're cheap and environmentally friendly too. Donnie says, recycled grass pies.
Is that like poker chips? A new kind
Howard
of
says,
poker
all you need is red paint and a stamp for my logo.
Cool. Speaking of which, I still need to send you stuff. I found the envelopes at least.
Well, that's good.
So, and it will, if not before, because I'm a bit of a homebody since I retired, and post pandemic, I learned to live at home all the time.
A lot of people did,
but I should be getting it out at least by next Friday because I have doctor's appointment, so I have to go places next Friday.
That'll do it.
Yep.
So yes, the answer I was looking for was Beatlemania. The fastest typer tonight on that question was AK. So you get 10 points, Donnie for 5 points, and Trent for 2 points.
Very cool. I'm still waiting to see if the song that popped into my head as soon as you said 60s music comes up.
Well, we'll see.
Or wait, if I throw that out as an answer now, does that count as I get it for the question? I got 10 points. Yes. No.
No. Not until the question is asked.
Oh.
Well, there would have been a few times Seth MacFarlane would have been the correct answer. I got to sneeze.
I couldn't find the piece I needed because there's 2 bags. Oh, and tonight we will we might get far enough to get the next set of bags that has 6. Actually, I don't think we will because we started at 33, and that's bag 41.
All right. Donnie says home is where the model disc is.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Don says, I guess about the cow chips, I'm guessing. He says, might need them to heat the house.
Going old school. Really old school.
Where it says, people ask me what I did while the pandemic was on. I said, I worked every day. I live on a farm.
You know, the funny thing about the pandemic is that during the pandemic, my wife discovered her inner farmer. And my backyard, now we had 3 trees in the backyard. We now have we had 3 trees in the backyard and 1 in the side yard. We now have 3 trees in the front yard and like 8, maybe 10, could be 12 trees in the backyard. The entire backyard is now covered with raised garden. I mean,
Nice.
Every now and then, when I look out there, I'm like, I wonder if I need a permit for any of this.
Don't ask.
Exactly.
What else we got? And Don says, and you know how to grow your own food. Very true. He does.
Oh, so do we.
Yep.
Andrea planted peas today. We've got a ton of strawberries. We're going to have squash, lettuce, tons of stuff.
Don says, well, I was all over the place. I was considered an essential employee. There you go. That will do it.
Yep. They sent us home and gave us 35-inch monitors and said, work.
All right. Question 3. Who was the guitarist for the 60s rock band Cream? Who was the guitarist for the 60s rock band Cream?
Pretty sure I'm wrong, but Pete Townsend popped into my head.
Trent says, never ask permission, ask for forgiveness.
Exactly. Already there. That could be true, too. I'll go with Clapton. And apparently, according to Don, he would have answered the question correctly. Are you a god?
Sorry, Don, I cannot accept just initials. But you did prove you know it. I just got a message from in Discord from Andrew asking, are my comments making it through to you on Buck's live stream? No, I haven't seen any comments from you at all, Andrew.
Very odd.
Very odd indeed. Let me check on YouTube.
Now let me go into the background of YouTube as well and see if I can find anything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Andrew's like, I got like all 5 of them right the fastest. What the heck? Yeah, I'm not seeing any of your comments on YouTube either. I don't know. Donnie says, Buck, turn off the Canadian filter.
I'm working on it. I don't know if there is a Canadian filter. I'm looking to see if I can find it.
And Don says, Buck, you did you do it again?
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
They're laughing about it. Yeah, no comments from Andrew. Nothing here, Andrew. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see anything in the background.
Try to turn off your YouTube and turn it back on, Andrew. I don't know.
Wait, reboot the planet. Should we? What do you think? Should we reboot the planet?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes stuff gets lost when you do that, and I have all my stuff there on the planet, so I don't want to lose any of it.
Well, you know,
there are a few parts of it I could lose, but I really don't want to because I don't know what might be lost.
If you moved your stuff from the Earth tab in Discord to the non-Earth, maybe we'd be okay. Hey, there's Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Oops.
I blame Mark Gibson because ever since he's had stuff go screwy on him, every now and then stuff gets screwy on people.
Yeah, welcome, Andrew. We see you now. Yeah. Dred says there he is. We can see you.
You know what? I bet you Andrew had on his invisible pants.
Invisible pants?
Uh-huh.
That just sounds like something you shouldn't go out in public wearing.
Well, not if they wear out.
Andrew said his YouTube Windows. I had to turn it off and turn it on again.
Yeah.
We had that with somebody else in the past too. A couple people in the past.
Yeah, Mark Gibson. It happened to him a lot.
Who is Mark Gibson? That was the guy from Australia?
That's one of the guy. That's the guy from Australia that
was in the military.
Yes,
him. There was. I think it happened
Colonel.
to Howard once too, didn't it? I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah, I know it's happened a few. Maybe Trent or Eric or somebody. Yeah, I know it's happened a few times to people. It's weird.
It's the vagaries of the YouTube.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to carry on. It sounds like Andrew's in the running now to try and answer some of these questions.
Wait.
Maybe not to verify. Music.
I need to verify. Carry on like dead animals?
Oh, that's carrion.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. It sounds close, but it's not the same thing.
Okay.
There's more of a pause between the two halves.
Ah.
Carry on. My wayward son.
Yes, we went the same place.
All right. The next question. Question number 4. Did I say who got the right answers?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. Yeah, because I said that Eric, I can't accept the initials.
Yeah, but I think you gave the right answer. I don't know that you gave.
Yeah, it was Eric Clapton was the correct answer. So, yeah.
Oh wow. You know, except it's not hanging over a giant chasm. I think that might be the shield generator.
Ah, there you go. It looks about kind of the right shape, I guess.
Yeah, it looks right.
Okay, so the last question, it was AK for 10 points again. Good job. Donnie for 5 and Buck for 2.
Woohoo! Look at me go.
Go, you go.
Well, the funny thing is, I said the wrong answer first, and I looked at it and went, oh, okay, Clapton. That's how it works, people.
That's how you get those points.
Yep.
It all technically adds up in the end. All right, question 4. Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb formed which pop band that rose to prominence in the late 60s? Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb formed which pop band that rose to prominence in the late 60s?
Only thing I have is the Bee Gees, but that doesn't sound right. That's because that was disco, also known as the Brothers Gibbs. I don't know if anybody here knows that that's what Bee Gees stands for. Ah, wait. I think Don's got the right answer. Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane. Man, if we could change, I may have to do that. I may have to play with the ship your pants. You can Seth MacFarlane right here.
Yeah, Brothers Gibb. Barry was the only one left. Yeah. So yes, the answer was the Bee Gees.
Oh,
Trent got it first for 10 points.
cool.
Donnie for 5 and AK for 2.
Nice. Was that the fifth question?
No, that was the fourth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm holding the song that popped into my head right at the beginning to see. I don't want to throw it out there in case nobody knows it, but I am going to throw it out there once we're done with the.
I'm going to guess that it's not one of them, but anyway, here's question 5. Question 5 is Around and Around features on which album by the Rolling Stones? Around and Around features on which album by the Rolling Stones?
I have no idea. You finally found one that I don't know at all.
AK says Puff the Magic Dragon.
Puff the Magic Dragon. That's the group that came into my head.
Don says, "No, I want to have some fun screwing around." So we're gonna see who's gonna Google it. I guess the fastest then. AK says Her Majesty's Secret something.
No way. Is that a Rolling Stones song on Her Majesty's Secret Service? Thought it was only a Roger Lazenby movie.
Donnie says Around and Around? Question mark.
Now that song is running through my head. You turn my head right round, right round.
Don says, one I don't know. I'll give it about another minute. Then I'll give the answer if no one's
Come on, guys. Fugel your goo.
Hey, Gordon's here. Hey, Gordon.
Welcome.
CAK says Sticky Fingers.
That could be right. I'll go with Sticky Fingers. It's better than Stinky Fingers. More elevator. Whoops. Wrong window.
All right. The answer is 5 by 5.
Oh.
5 by 5 from 1964.
So the song that popped into my head when you said
60s music?
Was Mamas and the Papas. All the trees are brown and the sky is gray.
So I don't know if you want to run an ad right now.
Push the button. There, I have pushed the button. The button has been pushed. Which means the button should not be unpushed soon, if not now.
AK says California dreaming, Buck's favorite state, says Don. Where in California did you live?
Well, there's 45 counties in California, and I lived smack dab in the middle of the 3 poorest ones in the state.
Okay.
Where Beale Air Force Base is, there's this town called Yuba City and Marysville, which, if you've ever seen the movie Paint Your Wagon, that area is where Paint Your Wagon takes place.
Oh, okay.
But Marysville is the methamphetamine capital of California. I mean, not
nice.
Marysville, but Linda, which is also part of that area. Just not a really good place to live. And overall, California, not a good place to live. Didn't like it.
All right. So if you had an ad pop up or anything like that, make sure you're not buffering or you're not stuck behind, on the time for what the stream's at currently, so that you get your chance to answer the questions in a timely fashion.
Everything is always buffering. Oh, sorry. Lost my mind there for a minute.
Michelle Phillips ate a banana on Ed Sullivan's show to protest lip syncing.
Nice. I'm not quite old enough to have watched Ed.
All right. The next category is 1970s music.
And the answer is a daily double.
All right. Question number 1 in 1970s music. Who sang The Hustle in 1975? Who sang The Hustle in 1975?
Oh, it's so sad. The song is now running through my head, but I don't know the group.
Yep. Don says Buck.
Might be. I don't know for sure.
Well, see, I've used all the easier questions in the past, and I try not to use the same ones again. So, it just goes that way.
Yeah. And I have the wrong piece here. It's wrong.
Let's see. Donnie says Van McCoy. AK says Van McCoy.
I just thought of something. One of my favorite stupid songs of all time could be one of the answers you have.
Could be. Let's see here. AK says came out in 1975.
Oops. Went too far with that piece.
Any other answers? Yeah, Gordon says Van McCoy. AK then says Disco Duck, so he's changing his answer. He also said Rick Dees.
That's my favorite song of all of the disco era. Just because of the name of the group. Rick Dees and his band of idiots.
And don't worry, AK, I realize you're not changing your answer. Unless you type in right now that you are changing your answer.
I am changing my answer. Disco still sucks. Not according to some of the kids.
Well, Don, in general, yes, I would say disco sucks, but they did have a few catchy tunes. A few, not a lot, a few.
Yes.
But that's just my opinion.
It's a raining man. Hallelujah. Sorry.
Oh, he says, no, I'm responding to Buck.
Okay.
That's what AK says. So, yes, the answer was Van McCoy. So that's fastest answer was from Donnie. Good job, Donnie. AK got 5 points for second, and Gordon got 2 points for third. Good job, guys. They still like Trent these nuts. All right.
Band of idiots.
Question number 2. Which 70s rock band wrote the song Dreams and The Chain? Which 70s rock band wrote the songs Dreams and The Chain?
Fleetwood Mac. That was one of my favorite cassettes when I was growing up, because they're both on the same on the same cassette. Stevie Nicks was the heat back then.
Give him the heat. Give him the heat.
especially when I think it was that album actually when it came out. Yeah, they were all screwing each other, and lots of bad things were going on.
Okay, so AK said Fleetwood Mac. Don said The Witch. Donnie said Fleetwood Mac. Trent said Fleetwood Mac. Gordon said Fleetwood Mac. Don said Yummy in her prime.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Donnie said, where did Andrew go?
I don't know.
Maybe he just is not good at the older music. I don't know.
Or he could be. He wouldn't be working.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he is.
He says, seriously, I'm just not answering to give others a chance. I can't possibly be my lack of knowledge on the subject material.
Well, there is that.
Andrew's just like a subject matter expert on 60s, 70s music.
Wait. The truth of the matter is, Andrew is being polite, and he just said sorry.
He's Canadian, just like me. Donnie's like, there he is.
Well,
he's like, oh my God, get over yourself, Andrew.
Well, what's funny is the way you said, there he is. You know what you just brought to mind?
Where's the little girl?
No, Hook. When the kid starts stretching Robin Williams' face and goes, oh, there he is.
Oh, you haven't seen Where's the Little Girl?
No, I have not.
I'll send you that at some point.
Cool.
It's funny. It's a cop thing from back when I was a cop.
Cool. Is it like Pearl? I love Pearl. Pearl's awesome.
Howard says the answer is I don't know the answer or the question. I'm 34 miles from being sorry.
So I have to ask, have you ever watched the video short Pearl? Or it's The Landlord? Yes.
Maybe. I don't. It doesn't ring a bell. I'd have to watch it to see if I had seen it in the past.
What's his name? Will Ferrell is in there, and this 3-year-old is his landlord.
Okay,
you got to see it because
I'll check it out.
It is funny because Pearl, his landlord, has a really foul mouth.
Okay. Question. So yeah, the answer was Fleetwood Mac. So it was 10 points for Buck.
Yay!
5 points for AK and 2 points for Donnie. And everybody seemed to know the answer to that question, or at least almost everybody.
Well, Andrew was being polite. Don't forget.
And Don is just throwing out random words, pearls of wisdom, if you will.
Pearl.
All right. Question number 3. In 1970s music, what is the stage name of U2's frontman? What is the stage name of U2's frontman?
Bono.
Donnie says that's hilarious.
Did I miss something? Because these are pretty big parts to be left over. This one, not so much.
You were just too busy caught up in the all the excitement of the trivia.
I'm excited. Oh, sorry. Nope, didn't miss it. That would be the second bag done for tonight. Crinkle, 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 crinkle. I've learned. Cut the end off and very gently slide the contents out. Bag gets really quiet.
Yes, it does. Doesn't it sound like you're that guy sitting behind me in the theater trying to open his bag of candies?
You know, it's funny you say something about something like that because I know that specific sound. And well, it was funny. I think it was yesterday morning, might have been this morning. I'm just I'm asleep, and I suddenly hear that crinkling sound, and I'm like, we have dogs, and I'm like, oh shit, what is one of the dogs eating? And so I get up and I go look, and I see Remy, and he's chewing on something, and I look at it, and it's a chew toy that has that plastic inside of it. Middle of the night, the dog decides this is a good time to make the plastic go crinkle, crinkle. What you doing, Dad? Why are you up? And that was yesterday, actually, because this morning, before we got out of bed, he's down the hallway whining, and he whines every morning. For some reason, this dog has not figured out that he can do stuff like, I don't know, go downstairs on his own. So he's in the hallway whining, and Andre is like, oh, and I get up and I go to get him, and I look because we've got since we opened all the windows, or since we opened all the vents and all the doors in the house, we have a gate across the hallway to keep the dogs from going down to the 3 rooms down there. And Remy had jumped the gate, and he didn't know how to get back. He's like, I want to come back. Can I come back?
EK said, I saw them in Dallas in 82 before they were popular. Before they were popular in the U.S. or in general. Let's see here. Gordon says, Paul Davis Hewson. Andrew says, besides laying down Hatchmax, I can't get back to the keyboard that quickly. Yep, it's a believable excuse. Donnie says, as dogs do.
Yep.
Howard says, my dog would get a new chew toy and would play with it until it killed the damn squeaker.
Oh, yeah. Our dogs love to just eat the squeaker. Rip it out. Don't put, that's all I want is a squeaker.
Donnie, because, see, AK is asking, how is that 70s? They're from the 80s. Donnie says they started in 1976.
Who, Fleetwood Mac?
U2.
Oh, U2. Okay, never mind. I'm still stuck. I'm stuck on this Fleetwood Mac question. I even answered this one, and I think correctly. Wow, look at me go.
All right. Question number 4. Which female singer became famous after joining the band Rufus? Which female singer became famous after joining the band Rufus?
Wild shot in the dark. Tina Turner. She was already famous from being with Ike.
Well, AK, you're right. The kind of like you do have a point. However, the U2 the category is 1970s music, so they made music in the 70s, even though they didn't become big until the 80s and whatnot worldwide.
Watch, I just got a copyright strike because I sang it.
Let's see here. Donnie said Chukka, and then AK said Chukka Khan, and then Donnie said Khan.
Khan!
Khan. Don said a hot one. Yeah, that's yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. AK said okay. Yeah. So it's just the categories basically. in this case of being music, it's just anytime, during, this era of whatever the question is, they were a formed band at that time. So, yeah.
So Elvis could be a good answer for 50s, 60s, 70s, not quite 80s because he died.
Did he make any music whatsoever in the 80s? I think, what did he die, 83, 82?
I think he was still, I don't think it was that late. I think he died in like 78.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought he made it to maybe 80 or 80, maybe even 81. I'm not sure.
No, I think I was still, it had to be 78, 79 because we moved from Anchorage down to Juneau in 9th grade, which would have made that like 79. It was 78 that he died. Had to be 77.
Yeah, AK says 77. Yeah, I can't remember. I was obviously really young. I was born in 73, so
I was really young too. I was still watching Captain Kangaroo in the morning. And I knew who Elvis was, and when he died, I was like, "Oh, that's sad." And then they showed a picture of him. I'm like, "God, he's fat."
Yeah, he let himself go.
Oh yeah,
and yeah. So AK said he died in 77, August 6th. Donnie said Elvis died in August 77, my dad's birthday.
Wait, Donnie's dad was born in 1977. Wait, Donnie, you've been lying to us. You said you were older than
that. Howard said Elvis made music in the 80s on stage when he farted. Donnie says August 16th, not the year.
Well, and don't forget, they did tell what really happened to Elvis in Men in Black. He didn't die.
Went home.
He went home.
Yep. All right. So that's the end of that question. The answer was Shaka Khan. So Donnie got 10 points, AK got 5, and no one claimed the 2 points.
I should have. I did yell out Khan, but I didn't say it as an answer.
All right. The final question in this category.
It's
1970s music.
Question. Sorry.
Question
I'm
5.
I'm having fun. I can't help myself.
Well, that's exactly what we're all here for. Oh, and I burped as I said that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. The only German in here right now is me, I think. Donnie's fixing to lose.
Well, last question. Donnie, you sticking around for this last question? Because you might be able to get this one quite easily. I have faith in you.
I have faith in Donnie, too.
Question 5. Ozzy Osbourne was a founding member of which rock band? Ozzy Osbourne was a founding member of which rock band?
Black Sabbath. And I know Donnie knows that. Donnie. Oh, there. Okay, he did answer it. I was like, Donnie, you're letting me down.
I still gotta print out some proper answer sheets here.
Oh, you mean for tallying?
Yeah, I just take a piece of just white paper that I grabbed out, from a pack by my printer there, and
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you should use your computer and for something, and then I thought about it and I'm like, no, you're on your iPad, aren't you?
Yeah. I have my computer down by my hobby bench. So I just need to type something up in Word or something and then just print it out.
So Howard says he's part German too, so the Germans are in here.
Well, Howard, my apologies for burping.
Yes, Howard, we can be insulted now.
Yeah. And I can say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I'm Canadian.
Exactly.
But everyone else should say they're sorry when they do stuff like that too. But that's just me.
Yes.
Oh, it said, excuse me. Excuse me.
Just so you know, if you're at an accident scene and or something happens and you're at the scene there of something that went down and you say sorry, that cannot be used against you in court in Canada legally.
Wow.
That is not a confession of guilt in Canada.
Well,
Or it's
I
not
thought
an
you said
admission of guilt.
I thought you said it was enough. It's not enough.
Nope, it's not. It's not an admission of guilt. Just because in Canada it's so common to say sorry. Like you bump into me as we're walking separate directions down the sidewalk. You bumped into me and I'll say sorry.
Yeah.
Or if I was just standing there and you accidentally bumped against me and I'll say sorry. Like I had nothing to do with it. I was just standing there and you accidentally bumped against me, but I still said sorry. That's just
to
a Canadian
be honest. To be honest, that should be the human way. I don't see anything wrong with especially if you're both moving and you both run into each other. Both of you saying sorry or excuse me or something, acknowledging that the other person is actually existing, and the two of you tried to exist in the same space and it didn't work out.
It doesn't work out so well.
No. But
unless you're star-crossed lovers.
It does sound funny when you put it that way.
Yeah. So in Canada, the Supreme Court in Canada came out with a ruling, like, I don't know, early 2000s, basically saying it's not an admission of guilt. It can't be used against you. So.
Oh, so, random thought wandered through my head. After we got everything straightened out with the company that did our siding and roof and everything.
Just a second. Night, Donnie.
Yep. Good night, Donnie. But after we got all that sorted out 4 months ago, they finally have the materials and they're coming back to finish my house. And the really fun part was it rained yesterday, so I'm gonna go. Oh, by the way, this part that was leaking before that you guys repaired wood underneath the siding for, and you left a gap up at the top. I need you to take this down and make sure that wood is not re-rotted because you left that gap at the top. The ground was wet underneath it today. I love that company.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to run another ad here. It's gonna
good idea
around the hour, and I'm tallying scores for the first half.
Push the button. Bing. And I actually, because Howard said that last week, I am making the ads a little bit sparser here because of the trivia. Otherwise, it screws people up. And Howard ends up, somehow, Howard in the first 12 minutes of the stream gets 43 minutes behind. By the way, Howard, that's not a bad thing. That's a talent. I'm messing with you, Howard. Sorry. I like the little chat going between Howard and AK, because Howard says he's also part French. What does that make me? And AK says, that makes you fucked up, Howard. And I agree with AK. Please, Howard, no politics. Politics make friends hate each other, and family hate each other.
All right, let's see here.
Carry the 17.
Just making sure I'm getting everybody who actually threw an answer in there.
And that is another bag done. This is coming together rather nicely. Crinkle, 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 crinkle.
All right. Currently in the lead is Donnie.
Good night, Donnie.
Snapping on his heels is AK. Not far behind them is Trent.
Nice.
Followed not too closely, but not too far either, by Buck.
Yay!
Don still got 10 points in there. And so we have Don's follows that. I shouldn't have said what Don had for points. Normally he doesn't play lately. And then Gordon got some points. So that's where we are. I always got to slip up at some point and say someone's scoring there. In the last two episodes, I've done that now. Yeah.
That's okay. It's allowed. Because I'm not sure if you looked in the mirror lately, Ken, but you are human.
Oh, good. Then the makeup's working to cover up my lizard man features.
Well, until you said that, I was going to get away with it. But now the cat's out of the bag.
Well, yeah. How else am I supposed to eat the cat?
Well, there is that too.
I'm just quickly marking down the question number, point value thingies for the second half of the quiz.
By the way, I don't, if you want to do it in Word or whatever, great. But if you want me to, I have Office. I could knock something out for you and either send it as a PDF or as a file or whatever.
If it's something I can open on my iPad, then yeah, sure. Go ahead. All I basically do is one and then subcategories of 10.5.2 and then two subs 10.5.2 and on. And I usually do like half, like 2 columns on a sheet is what I usually do, but that's because it's all handwritten.
And that works. That's your iPad, so that's Apple.
Yeah.
Because I know that Android will open up the Excel files. I'll look and see, I'll see what I can do. We can figure it out. I mean, iPad should open up a PDF, but the only problem is if you're going to print them out, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I can
I'm just gonna end up printing a whole bunch out and then just putting them on a clipboard or something.
Okay. I may, if I find the time, I will see what I can do.
Well, thank you.
Saves
me from doing it. Okay, so moving on. The next category. I don't know if you can guess, but it's 1980s music.
No way.
Yeah, we had 60s music, 70s music, 80s music. Now, AK, you may be thinking that's all I do is stuff like this. Like last couple times, it was like, 1969, 1979, There are times where I do trivia where it's like completely not, like movie taglines, which is a category in one trivia night, followed by science fiction, followed by science, followed by Under the Sea. Like there are times where it's,
When was the War of 1812?
That sort of thing. All right, so question number 1 in 1980s music. What is the name of the 1985 Tears for Fears hit that asks, who rules the world? What is the name of the 1985 Tears for Fears hit that asks, who rules the world?
I believe that would be Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It starts out with "Welcome to your life." There's no turning back. Oops. I'm a dork. Glad I caught that now. It would have been really difficult if I got much further. I put some flat pieces in the wrong place. There we go.
AK says Google has a free spreadsheet. AK says OMG, I'm just ribbing you. No, I mean, if you're saying that to me about the categories, no, just because I also realized that you haven't been here as long as other people have, so I just wasn't sure if you thought like every stream is going to be like that for when I do trivia. It's not.
No, some of us have been here long. I've been here for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, at least.
At least.
Some of the more popular categories are like that I like to do are like at the arcade.
Yes.
I like that one. I like in the toy aisle is another one I like. I like this category, the 1980s music. Movies, yeah, stuff like that. Those are kind of the trivias I like the most. Science fiction. Okay, so AK had said everybody rules the world. And Trent says everybody wants to rule the world.
You know, I just came up with a really, really fun category, but it doesn't work on YouTube. It would be so great to have a trivia contest with the category, "What's that smell?"
I don't know if you ever watched my videos on the buddy build.
I do sometimes not.
The last one I put out was because lately I've been changing when I introduce myself is what did I start off as? I started it off as, where is it here? Yeah, Jackhammer Love Thrust. Jordan be like, "Hi, I'm Jordan with Lightning and Stars." He'd be like, "Welcome to the HDM buddy build of the USS Reliant. I'm Jordan with Lightning and Stars," and I'd be like, and I was like, "And I'm Jackhammer Love Thrust." The one I used the other day was a couple weeks ago was, "And I'm what's that smell?" Or at least that's what people say when they're near me.
And I'm sure that almost every time you have to pause the video for about 5 minutes.
Some of them I'll let Jordan know beforehand. Some of them I don't.
It's better if you don't.
This last one that's coming up, you'll see in the next video, I didn't give him heads up.
Cool.
So it got him laughing, and then he started playing along with it. So, all right. So the answer I was looking for was an 80s question, wasn't it? It was everybody wants to rule the world.
Not me.
No?
You know how bad that job would suck?
Oh, it would suck. You'd need a lot of people working for you just to keep things running smooth.
Yep.
So AK got it first for 10 points, Buck got it for 5 points, and Trent got 2 points. Good job, guys. I'm just reading the next question. I'm like, yes, this song. All right, here we go. Get ready to type. Question number 2 is, what 1987 song by Rick Astley became a massive hit and later an internet meme? What 1987 song by Rick Astley became a massive hit and later an internet meme?
Never gonna give you up. What's funny is you could barely get that out without laughing yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, That's what people would call it when it happens to you, but that's not the name of the song.
Nope.
AK. There you yeah. So
Never gonna let you give up. Yes. Yes, I'm never gonna let you give up on being rickrolled. No. And here we have the wild garage door.
yeah, when I saw that question come up again, I was like, oh yeah, right, I put that in there.
So this looks like a roll-up garage door, but it doesn't roll up.
But it gives it a nice look to it.
It does. Ah. Almost broke a piece. Not that I've done that before on this model.
Anybody else want to throw an answer in there? Trent, anybody? Andrew, did you ever get back to your desk in time?
They're actually all going, why? Why did Ken just rickroll us?
Because I can.
Yep. You can because you is can. Come on.
All right, so the answer I was looking for was never going to give you up. So that's 10 points for Buck and 5 for AK.
Nice.
Yeah, he did have a few other songs, but that's the only one that really people tend to remember. Just because the internet got drowned with that.
Yes. I will say, having been there in the 80s, it was a really popular song.
Yeah, it was.
It's just that it never got left alone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Rick Astley or whatever doesn't really mind that much. Maybe he does. I don't know. But you'd think, some resurgence. It's not a bad thing for your career. And
yeah. Well, especially if he gets 2 cents per meme, he's probably a millionaire just off of that.
Yeah, he's probably made some bucks off that. That's for sure. All right, I'm going to move on to the next question. Question number 3. Which band is known for the 1984 synth-heavy hit Jump? Which band is known for the 1984 synth-heavy hit Jump?
Van Halen. And the funny thing is, I knew the question. I knew the answer when you said 1984. Because, let me think. What was the album that was on?
Ricardo's here.
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, Ricardo.
Howdy. How's it going?
Yeah, so Trent had said Van Halen. AK said Van Halen. Trent said, I went to that concert. I was 14, LOL.
And Van Halen is not to be confused with Van Hagar.
No, not at all.
They might look a lot the same, but they're different.
AK said, I went as well. Reunion Arena, Dallas. I was 19.
See, my problem with I've gone to a lot less concerts than a lot of people my age, simply because let me think. Not a lot of people went to Alaska for concerts in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And then I was in Germany for a long time.
Well, at least he didn't say, and then I was in jail for a long time.
I could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Germany in the Air Force. Well, and no, I was not one of those people that was military or jail.
You went out a bit because you met your wife.
Pardon?
I said you went out a bit because you met your wife.
I did.
And you can say to your kids, that's how I met your mother.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they know. What's funny is we met in the local meat market.
Were you the meat?
I think so. No. It was funny because we just clicked from the first night.
All right, so the answer was Van Halen. And I'm pressing all the wrong buttons on my screen. It was 10 points for Trent, 5 points for AK, and 2 points for Buck. And AK is asking, what section are you working on?
Third floor. I'm not positive what this is.
What
Right now
area
I'm
had
working-
red floors?
Yeah. Actually, it's more of a brown floor and a couple of turntables here. It is, according to where it's at on here,
Which we can't see.
well, I know. This area here, I believe, didn't those open somehow? I think
That's above the detention center.
it's above the trash compactor. Oh, so you know what this is above the jail level, because this is the jail level where they fall down into the trash compactor. Actually, this is where the jail level entry is, and
We still can't see where you're pointing.
because I'm off screen. Look at me go! I'm talking to myself again.
I don't know if you heard me say it the first time or not.
I did, but I thought I had moved. Hang on. Let's see what happens if I do that. Ah, look, there it is.
Oh, that's a good angle.
But I don't remember. I thought these opened, but it doesn't look like they do. But this should be the jail level. This, I believe, was Princess Leia's cell, because when they go through here, they fall into the trash compactor. We've got the elevator here, working on more elevator here. This floor is actually going to go right here. So, not positive. You know what? It's getting too tall.
AK's asking, is that gray door where Darth gets blocked after killing Ben? Right by the pit down there on the floor? Yeah, that's what I think
Yes.
it is.
Yes, that I'm positive this here is where, matter of fact, there are 2 dots on the floor here, so you can put Darth and Ben in there. But there is no Millennium Falcon.
So the fight was all for nothing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next question.
Yeah. And like I said, it's getting too tall. It did sit in front on the cabinet in front of the TV until it got too tall. And it's getting close to the, let's see if we can get it. Nobody get sick. There we go. The Millennium Falcon there, or not, the X-Wing, Millennium Falcon's other corner. The X-Wing there is probably going to be too close to it. Maybe not this week, but within a couple of weeks, I'm going to have to move it over so I can put the Death Star on that shelf right there.
Right.
Maybe I want to purchase. No, so see, Ricardo.
Would they make a small enough Millennium Falcon to fit in there for Lego?
I don't know. But I was going to say, the Falcon will not fit in the Death Star. The Falcon is bigger than the Death Star. So, fun stuff. I enjoy it.
AK says you can put that MF in your build.
Yeah, sledgehammer. It'll fit. What I'm really looking forward to is when I get to the part where I build the one that has the stormtrooper in the bathtub with his rubber duck.
Yes.
Because, you know, stormtrooper.
All right. Question number 4. Take on Me, 1985, was a massive hit for which band, known for its pencil sketch animation music video? Take on Me, 1985, was a massive hit for which band, known for its pencil sketch animation music video?
Aha! Love that video. I always forget to drink. And then instead of just taking a sip, I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh.
So we have answers from, let's see here. We have Pedro said, aha. AK said, aha. AK then says, Take on Me, literally video is hilarious. I like that video in Family Guy. Chris, where were you? I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that sketch.
I have not, but I can see it. I can see it in my mind.
He ends up going through, I think it's like they were in a supermarket or whatever, and he ends up going in through the getting pulled in through the, like, one of the freezer compartments or whatever, and then he's in the sketch of, like, and it's like the sketch, and he's a sketch as well, same, you know, art style of Chris running through there and all that, and then finally, like, at one part when they hit a wall or something like that, he comes tumbling out of like another cooler or something like that. And his mom's like, Chris, where were you? He's like, I don't know.
You do a really good Chris, his voice.
Thanks.
I have 2 bags of noisiness this time.
Brick by Brick with Mighty Joe is here. He says, what's up, party people?
Hey, Joe, how's it going?
I'm just doing a little trivia.
And if you have not checked out, if you're into bricks, be they Lego, Fantasy, Lumi bricks, you name it, Joe's channel is awesome.
People are saying hello to Mighty Joe.
Yep. He, here lately at least, I want to say at least, I think every day he runs a stream starting at about 10 o'clock, and he's run 5 hours a couple of times. I don't manage to make it all the time, but I do try and at least poke my head in and say hi.
All right, so the answer was aha. That is the correct answer. And the points go like this. It's a Ricardo, you got 10 points. Congratulations. 5 points for AK. And Buck, you got the 2 points.
Cool.
Congratulations. And then finally, we're moving on to question 5 in the category of 1980s music. What is the name of the 1987 debut album by Guns N' Roses? What is the name of the 1987 debut album by Guns N' Roses?
I want to say it was Welcome to the Jungle, but that's the song, one of the songs on it. And that is a really good idea, AK. He says I will make him one of my featured channels.
People saying hi.
There it is. Shark got it. Appetite for Destruction. That was a very interesting time in my life. That was when I went to basic training.
When I went to my basic training, it was in 91, and that's, I think I know you were here, but probably some of the viewers weren't. That 1 week, I got 1 weekend off during that summer, and I ended up going to see Terminator 2 when it was in theaters in 1991.
I saw Terminator 2 in theaters as well in Germany. And if you've never been in a theater where about 175, I don't know what the capacity was. I think it was about 175 people, but 175 military members at the end of the movie when, spoiler alert, when he throws the guy out the window or shoots the guy out the window. It gets really loud when a whole bunch of military guys all jump up and go, yeah! Bing bong.
Mighty Joe says, sweet, just finished the mythical Anubis mech from Jam Bricklayer. Sorry,
from Jam Bricklayer later, and he's editing the video. I didn't get a chance to watch any of your build, but it looked like it from the box. I have to do some. I need to do some Lumi bricks soon, or not Lumi bricks, but the Fantasy Steampunk ones that I bought. I'm looking forward to those. Those are going to be fun.
So the correct answer was Appetite for Destruction. So the points go Ricardo with 10 points, AK for 5, and Buck for 2. Good job, guys.
Cool. I'm number 2. Oh wait, no, I'm number 3.
All right. Do you want to run an ad?
I do. Hang on
All right,
just a second. Well, you're tallying, or if you are.
I'm not tallying yet.
Okay.
We got one last category to go.
Yep. And go.
AK said, our end of basic was watching Weird Science when Kelly LeBrock came out of that shower. I am sure the roar was louder than 70 or than T2.
Yeah. Well, and then let's see, Ghostbusters 2 was really, really good. Saw that in the theater in Germany. I don't know, something about Sigourney Weaver in a wet towel. I don't know. By the way, if I suddenly get quiet, that means Andrea came down, smacked me in the back of the head.
All right, then. Or if we suddenly see a set of headphones fly onto the desk or a goofy hat or something, we also know that's what that means.
Yes.
All right. So I hope everybody's back from commercials if you had any. I know these days a lot of people don't have them, but if you did, make sure you're caught up on the stream and you don't have any lag. You're not lagging behind for a few seconds or whatever. Just so that you're getting the question as fast as you can. So you can type your answer in. I'm sure try to answer it the quickest time.
I'm sure YouTube loves the fact that I kind of push some people to go YouTube Premium.
All right. So getting into our final category for tonight. So our categories were 1960s music, 1970s music, 1980s music. Can you guys guess what the final category is?
2000s music.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
The final category is fish sticks.
I knew that. Somehow I knew that.
The category, I'm not kidding, is fish sticks.
Is it really?
It is.
I love it.
I do that sometimes. I just throw little curveballs in there. Like when I did the one on 80s trivia, but all the questions were from the 1880s.
Well, it's really cool doing something like that because everybody's like, yeah, okay. And then just left turn out of nowhere.
All right. Question number 1 in the category of fish sticks. Question number 1. What is the primary species of fish used in modern commercial fish sticks? What is the primary species of fish used in modern commercial fish sticks?
I believe it is whitefish.
Just get some laughs here. This is good. He says this is going to be bad for me. He's like Gorton's. Barnes and Barnes fish heads. LMAO. And you have cod. Sorry, and what was your answer?
Whitefish.
Whitefish.
Yep. Don't think it's the the popular fish these days of tilapia, which was 25 years ago was a garbage fish. There are too many people on this planet.
Ricardo goes, and there goes my points. So far we have cod. See, this is a really good curveball because, yeah, you really got to. What species of fish do we eat that I know of?
This is, to be honest, this is what would be known as the equalizer round.
Yes. I'll give about another minute here and then I'll give the answer.
I do have to say that my son, when he was a teenager, thought it was so hilarious. Just he found it one of the funniest things ever was to ask me if I liked fish sticks. Like I said, he was a teenager. Do you like fish sticks? Why, yes, I do.
All right.
There it is.
All right. So the answer I was looking for was Alaskan pollock.
Oh.
Alaskan pollock. There's a more fishy sounding name here, but I'm not going to try and pronounce it. But I have it here just in case someone came up with that proper name.
That is actually what I believe that's also what they serve at Long John Silver's.
Yeah, but it's Alaskan pollock.
I'm ashamed of myself. I'm I was transplanted to Alaska as a kid. I should know that.
Okay, this next question, hopefully someone's going to be able to get this one. This one should be easier. Question number 2 in the category of fish sticks. What is the British English term for fish sticks? What is the British English term for fish sticks? Come on, somebody. Like a Doctor Who fan would probably be able to get this one. Or anyone from England that's still on watching.
I don't know. I'm sitting here. I'm drawing a blank because I'm coming up with fish and chips, which is not what you're looking for.
No, it's not. Let's see here. Mighty Joe says, okay, guys, gonna blast. Gonna preview my video. I'll try to do back in a bit.
All right, Joe.
Take
Thanks
care.
for stopping by.
AK says fish fingers.
Fish have fingers? That sounds like a good answer. I will parrot him. Fish fingers. I hate when I can't find a piece, especially when it's a small one. There it is.
It's over there.
Too late. I found it before you said that.
That's okay. I was saying it in a facetious manner.
Facetious? It's like giving me shit, isn't it? I used to say I like that word because the first part of it is, or the root of facetious is feces. which means you're giving somebody shit. Wow.
Anyone else want to type in an answer?
Awfully blunt there, Buck. Sorry. Could it be fish toes instead of fingers?
All right, the answer I was looking for, which was fish fingers.
Cool.
So AK got 10 points, Buck got 5, and nobody collected the 2 points.
I know. It's so easy to get that last 2 points if you're paying attention.
You're either going to get the 2 points or nobody's going to get any points.
Exactly.
I mean, if the first question, if the answer had been caught, it would just been 10 points for, AK.
Yep. Of course, did you think about the suggestion I made to make it a little bit more interesting? That if nobody gets the answer and only one person answers,
they get all the points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean he got 178 points? Well, 5 times nobody answered.
All right, I'm going to move on to the next category. Question number 3. What common condiment is arguably the most traditional pairing for fish? What common condiment is arguably the most traditional pairing for fish sticks?
Tartar sauce. Not sure this is the right one, but I'm going to fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
Or we could say instead of tartar sauce, mayonnaise and picked relish.
Yeah. Is there a little lemon in there too, I think?
There might be, but mostly it's mayonnaise and relish. And speaking of relish, depending on what's going on, if we don't have any, I make it.
Ricardo says whoever spells arguably correctly gets points. AK says, is anybody else on here? A lot of them are working on stuff, and some people have won and they win a lot, and they don't try to grab the extra points. Even though the prize changes based on the number of times you win.
I know. Wasn't today
better prizes for each time you win?
Wasn't today supposed to be a new car? No.
A new car. That's right. This car is 1/64th scale, Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Yeah. AK's like, oh my God, tartar sauce. All right, that was the answer. It was tartar sauce.
I think I'm actually going to finish almost on time.
There you go. So almost. AK got 10 points, Buck got 5. Yes. He's still waiting on his first place prize. Yeah, I send stuff snail mail, so
yeah. Wait, you sent it through the U.S. Postal Service?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the U.S. Well, I sent it through the Canadian Postal Service, which is just going to give it to the U.S. Postal Service.
Uh-oh.
So, weeks.
And they're going to raise the prices for mailing something temporarily, meaning that they're eventually going to raise them again.
Yeah. Okay.
I know
All
that
right.
what that means.
Question number 4 in the category of fish sticks. A factory in which country produces enough fish sticks to circle the Earth 4 times annually? There's a factory in which country which produces enough fish sticks to circle the Earth 4 times annually. What's the country?
I believe it's Norway. I think the company is actually Gorton's.
AK says Norway.
Sticker number 12. What's funny is the one of the commercials. Andrea grew up over there, so of course she's going to remember it. But still remember one of the commercials for Gorton fish over there, fish sticks over there.
In which country?
In Germany.
Okay.
In Germany, and I don't remember what it means, but at the end of the ad, you'd have a fish that came on and it went, "Alles Bodelaser."
Okay.
It was for breaded fish sticks, so
Okay. Ricardo says nothing beats the Mexican postal service. Believe me, when I think it can't be worse. They managed to surprise me. It seems that they take it as a challenge.
Yep. Comparatively speaking, and I don't know if they're any good anymore. Well, actually they are, because what is it? The DHL. DHL is the commercial arm of the Bundespost, the German post office. And I have never seen a post office more efficient than the Bundespost. I had gotten an accident in Germany. A truck ran over my car while I was driving it. Never try that. It's not fun. Truck ran over my car while I was driving it. And I, talked to the base legal, and they said, yeah, it'll get solved a lot quicker if you get a lawyer. So I asked him for the recommendation of a lawyer downtown, because just like here, the lawyer sues for his own fee as well. But they're not near as bad as over here for how much they sue for. And I went to the lawyer at, I don't know, it was like 9:00 in the morning was when I had my appointment at the lawyer. Went back to work, got home at about 4:00, and I had a letter from the lawyer that had been sent that day.
Nice.
I mean, it was amazing.
All right. The answer I was looking for was Germany.
What?
Germany. Norway catches a lot of fish, but they don't make as many fish sticks as Germany does.
Gorton's must be based out of Germany then. I should have known that then. I'm sad now.
Yep.
So that means Ken gets 15 points. Ken gets 17
points.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's happened 3 times tonight.
I think you're leading.
I'm the winner. All right. Let's move on to we got 10 minutes left in the stream here. So we're just coming up to the right time here to do the last question. Question number 5 in the category, fish sticks. In a popular South Park episode, what celebrity is heavily teased for allegedly loving fish sticks? In a popular South Park episode, which celebrity is heavily teased for allegedly loving fish sticks?
Oh, what's her name? I forget. I don't know the answer, but I know that they made a lot of fun of certain stars. So since I can't remember the one that I wanted to say, I'm going to say Barbara Streisand because they tease her a lot too.
All right.
Sally Struthers. That's what the one I wanted.
AK says Jennifer Lopez.
I'm sticking with Sally Struthers. I like that answer.
And you know what? I struggled with trying to find 5 fish stick trivia questions.
I believe it.
It's not as easy as you would think. These are kind of like the easy ones I could find.
Wow.
AK said my mom used to wait for the school bus with Barbara.
Back when everybody called her Babs.
He says I'm changing mine to Sally as well. All right then.
Because
I'll give her 1 minute to get anybody needs to get an answer in.
They did do a lot of stuff at her, especially when it came to when she did all those commercials about UNICEF and things like that, which isn't a bad thing in and of itself. But yeah,
AK says actually a Brooklyn City bus.
I think he meant Brooklyn.
Probably.
Okay. So this has got to go on.
All right. The answer I was looking for was Kanye West.
Oh.
It was the fish stick episode.
Well, I didn't watch that much South Park. I do find some of them funny, but not that funny.
So there we go. That's the trivia for tonight. The equalizer category of fish sticks.
You know, that actually, I think that is kind of a neat idea to do, is have an equalizer category. So just for fun, once I get this plugged in, this console plugged in here, while you're tallying, I'm going to push the button.
All right.
Pushing the button. Boop. Interesting. They have me do this 5 different times. It's in the instructions to build the parts like this 5 different times because they have different stickers. Makes me almost want to go watch Yentl again. Not Yentl. Actually, not so much Yentl. What I would like to see again is Fiddler on the Roof. But I don't know that any streaming services have it.
I gotta just give me a minute. I go to the bathroom.
Okay. I will be here. Unless the aliens kidnap me. I don't know if this was on the Death Star or not. I don't think it was. But I think that's actually the carbonite freezing area. Now that I've done this twice over, I can do it a third time without even looking at the instructions almost. If I were a rich man.
That's better. The joys of having an ensuite bathroom.
Yes.
Well, you know,
Things like Tent City. Old water bottles. Which wasn't such a bad thing, except for the people who would collect them for like weeks.
Jeez.
You know what happened. It was terrible, but you know it happened just as well as I do that people would do that.
I spent my, a little bit of time in 10 cities, but I think it was a little different for us Canadians. So we made sure we had good washing facilities right nearby.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is,
and you had to go there at some point to say brush your teeth, wash your face, have a shower, those sort of things.
Well, you know, some American GIs are just pigs.
I don't know if this is true or not, but you can probably tell me. In the U.S. military, like you get some of those things on your chest aren't necessarily medals, but they're ribbons. Is there one for hygiene?
No, there isn't.
Okay, because I had heard that. I wasn't sure if it was a rumor or not.
If there was, I knew a guy who wouldn't get one.
And that's what I mean.
Oh, when I was a first sergeant, when we were doing, we started doing sweeps of the dorms, which was basically we would go in and wake the kids up at like 11 o'clock at night, throw them all out and do an inspection, a safety inspection, make sure that they didn't have things they shouldn't, like, I don't know, firearms. And some of the things we found were really pretty intense, like a tattoo parlor in the dorms. The worst one ever, though, and I'm so glad it wasn't my guy. You walk to the door, you open the door, and the door they had open just about this far. That was all the further they could get it, because the entire room was about 3 feet deep in trash.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, it was really fun, and this was in the early 2000s. It was really fun because back then, and I don't know if it's changed that much, but back then, things like earrings and uniforms were a big no-no.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was a same for us.
Well, tongue studs were even worse.
Yeah.
And we have a Saturday morning, because my airmen were living in the supply dorm. They had to participate. We had a Saturday morning in service dress inspection. And, bunch of senior NCOs went through and were inspecting. And one of them came up to me and said, "Shirt, your airman so-and-so in room such and such has a tongue stud in." And I'm like, "He what?" I said, "I'll take care of it." And I went to his room and I said to him, literally, I said to him, "I heard that you have a tongue stud in. I don't want to see it, but if I ever see you on my base with a tongue stud in, I will rip it out with a pair of pliers." And he was like, he got all nervous and stuff. And then he looked at me and he's like, "It's not allowed." I said, "No, not in uniform." He took it out and he let it grow shut. He did not realize it wasn't allowed. So he said. It was either that or the fact that I was going to rip it right out of his tongue, through his tongue with a pair of pliers. He was like, yeah, no.
All right, so I got the points tallied up.
Coolness.
Okay, we'll work our way up from the bottom. Gordon got 2 points. He just answered in that one time. He might have answered a couple other times. I can't remember, but just maybe not in time. And next we have some decent numbers after that. Where to next? Ricardo got 20 points.
Nice.
Good job, Ricardo, for joining us so late. You did well. But you got thrown off by the fish sticks.
Yes.
That did you in. I don't think I'll be that mean again for a while.
Oh, that was great.
So anyway, I did it more just to be funny. Because you got to be funny sometimes.
Yep.
So 20 points. Yeah. Next is somebody in the 30s. Nope. Next was. No. Yeah. Next was Trent at 44 points. Good job, Trent.
Nice.
Followed up, we have. What did Donnie have? Donnie had 46 for the night. That leaves 2 players left. So, our number 2 was Buck. Buck got second place with 54 points. Our winner tonight was AK with a total of 91 points. Congratulations, nice. AK.
You know, if you'd have said I came in first, I'd have called out, rigged! It was rigged!
Well, let's see. If I would have done that, it would have been, 17 times? Or if I just get all the points no one answered. Let's see, 17 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus. Mm. 74 points. Would have had 74 points. I would have came in second.
Oh, cool.
All right.
So I'm just kind of going through. Oh, you're supposed to put a stormtrooper in there. Okay. I'm going through the what's coming next week because we're actually going to be working on this section quite a bit of next week as well. Maybe all of next week, but this is what we worked on all evening. Let's see. Let's crack that over there. We'll push that up. We started out with just the basic floor.
Yeah.
Put this together. Not sure what's going on in here, but there's that red stripe. So I'm thinking something might slide in and out.
That's the detention level.
Is it?
That's the detention level.
Nice.
Look at those little camera thingies up there that like Chewie and Han were all shooting.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And then the slightly raised hall going down the corridor. And
you know what?
That little door there, that's probably the blast hole opens up to go down into the garbage chute.
Well, you see, that goes into the garbage chute, and that makes complete sense because you see that hole where they blew the hole in the wall.
Yep, and that's where they jump through. And whereas the gray door probably would have been Leia's cell, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and it actually opens up. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And then, of course, the elevator comes up through that area as well.
Yep, that right here.
Yep.
It is not yet. Actually, it is attached. So another door, another elevator door. It's not completely attached. This will still pop loose like it just did. I got to be careful when I set it on the Death Star itself, because now I got to make sure I don't line that up so that it catches and makes it stick.
Yeah, there you. Yeah, it looks good though. What do we got here? Yeah, Ricardo said, "Yay me, damn the fish sticks." Don't worry, Ricardo. You join in next time when there won't be fish sticks. That's the only like even slightly worthwhile questions I could get for fish sticks. There were some other ones, but I was like, I'm never gonna ask that one. These are the ones I was like, well, maybe one person might know the answer. I figured someone would know the tartar sauce one. What was the other one? Some people knew. Fish fingers was the other one.
Fish fingers. Nobody knew the. I should have known the Alaskan. What was Alaskan pollock?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you might get that, and I thought maybe you'd get the Germany.
I should have, because I even mentioned the company.
Yeah.
Gorton's.
Yeah. So, but like I said, those other countries probably aren't making their fish into as many fish sticks.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and because what they're qualifying as fish sticks is not the fish fingers like we get here.
Yes.
They make a semi-triangular one.
Yeah.
It's a wide on one.
I don't call that a fish stick either. Like the little
it's a
wedge shaped ones.
Yeah, it's a piece of fish, but it's not a fish patty.
Yeah. Whereas the fish fingers or fish sticks are the ones that are just strictly a rectangle.
Yep. So I'm wondering what that door is.
That's a very good question.
Because something here comes out into the elevator.
That looks like that's the elevator where they were waiting to with Chewie in handcuffs to take him up to the detention level.
That probably was. And this is later on. This is the hallway that Han runs down going, yeah! And he runs around the corner and there's 8,000 stormtroopers and he turns around and he's like, yeah!
But not originally there wasn't.
No, there weren't really that many. There were like originally, because I saw it in 78 in the theater, original, and there were a bunch of stormtroopers there, but not that many.
Yeah, not as many as when they re-released it.
Well, just like nobody, and I mean nobody, seeing it in the theater the first time noticed the stormtrooper hitting his head because the sound was not there.
No.
And AK, I bought this off of AliExpress. Or actually, Andrea bought this off of AliExpress. And he says that AK says there were 5. She bought this off of AliExpress, and this is, the branded one costs $1,000. This one costs $215, and they're cheaper than they were now. Doink. Exactly. So appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this. Oh, I can't forget this. I've got to figure out how to do this with the maybe will it work? No, it's not going to work. Hang on a second. It might. I hope I don't cause an echo here. Okay, headphones are off. Now I can get back into my makeup. I do love this hat. I used to use this hat on every stream, and I will be using this hat on every stream from here on out. Or every one that's just my stream. Can you still hear me, Ken?
I sure can.
Okay, now I can hear you. I wanted to make sure. But thank you for stopping by, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the build. If you did, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Shark just said, great stream. Congrats, Buck and Ken. Ken, before we get out of here, anything you want to say?
What's that smell?
Yeah, exactly.
That's me. At least that's what people say when they get close to me.
So, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow night on the Woody Wednesday stream. Or maybe on a video this evening, because there is one that should be posting at midnight, I think. Good night, everybody.
plastic modeling.